What up? What up, everybody? I I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm still out here working hard for the man, and that's you. You're the man. And creating content, free content for you to consume and enjoy. But let's be frank, I enjoy making these videos too. Mainly because I like reflecting on them later on, reflecting on how I thought about a situation because most of us, we tend to repeat our mistakes. And when you notice yourself making a mistake here, you can come back and reflect on it and try to assess why you made that mistake in the first place. And typically, the reason will be something to do with emotions. Yes, emotions. I know that's hard to believe, but it's very much the truth, especially when you get in complex positions. Very often it is unsettling to think about lines that are scary, lines where you sacrifice your night and do something. It's scary to look into that. So people often don't calculate it. And that mistake is the one I'm referring to when I say emotion driven mistakes. But now we're focusing on this game here, and let's just try to get a handle on it. Queen check. Queen check. I think we will try to handle him this way with the knight here. He has a very nice bishop pair, which is kind of putting a lot of pressure here. But this is a key move now, making sure that you get rid of the bishop pair by force. You see how identifying your opponent's strengths, his positional trumps, if you will, helps me to figure out what kind of move I should be making. And now we want to have the long pawn chain to buffer down and blunt that bishop. You see, this whole pawn chain is blunting him. So I'm quite happy with that. Now it is time to castle, but we have a potential outpost here, which seems ready to form. And I don't have quite the best way to handle it once the knight gets in there. So I'm going to snip him off while I can. And now I'm going to try to control the semi-open file. Positional trumps help you to think clearly about what you're trying to achieve. Semi-open file control. Okay, let's get the rook here. Bishop pair. Let's get that off. Now he is allowing me so much control of this position that I am tempted to try to really wrestle the advantage by doubling up the rooks here. But it's a little bit unclear because he might capture here and then trade off this rook. So because it's unclear, I'm going to defer my decision for a bit and focus on this knight. Try to see what I can do with the knight. Where does the knight belong? He would love to be there, but how do you get there? Take a long hop all the way here? Unlikely to materialize after a pawn h3 kind of move. This is probably one of the tougher moves to figure out. What I'll do is I'll hit one soft pawn, which I do see, and use that to gain some semblance of control of this open file. Normally, you don't want to be out with your main piece leading the charge. You'd like to have your rooks ahead of your queen. But what can you do? We're trying to force him into defending the spawn awkwardly. Okay. So he's gone instead for a more incisive approach with the queen threatening to enter from here. And that's a threat which you do have to take seriously. So I'm going to try to simplify things. I'm gonna Let me think about it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to simplify things, get rid of some pieces, reduce the pressure on my own king, because I don't want to suddenly get mated for no reason. Because I have the game under control with this passed pawn here. The game is squarely in black's control. All exchanges are helping black. Yes, the material balance is equal, that's true. But the positional trump of the passed pawn is superb. It's immense. Ah, did I blunder here? Fuck. I blundered. Okay, how do we handle this now? Critical blunder changes the entire complexion of the game, unfortunately, in a way that might be difficult to salvage. But ultimately, I have to trade the queens off and I have to lose the second pawn as well. And key point now will be on whether I am able to get here if he allows it. He did allow it, so I will be able to reach this pawn, fortunately, and that should improve my drawing odds here. But it's by no means a sure shot. So you have to be willing to change your plan. For a while there, I thought, hey, I'm winning this game, easy peasy. But now I see that's not really the case. And therefore, I'm more than willing, more than happy, in fact, to switch to a draw-oriented mindset. Okay, let's do it like this. It's uh it's gonna go down to the wire. King activity is going to be important. I think I just shuffle the king back and forth here, and these two pawns, they help to block out entry from any other square. So I have a kind of blockade, if you will. And I could get into the calculations, but I don't see it favoring me. It's a draw at best with the race. The race is hard to measure sometimes, but okay, now we definitely penetrate though. If he allows us to enter like this, we definitely will take that chance and we might end up winning the game as well. Oh shit. I should have just taken that pawn off. Anyway, I tried to win it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that game. Pretty interesting game and a nice finish.